Hello again from my front porch. A little different view, I thought, because it's another gorgeous day out, or evening actually, outside tonight. It's so, again, I hate to belabor the point, but I love this time of year. I thought for this episode I'd give you a little bit of update on where I am with the whole diabetic thing, because I made a big deal about that when I was diagnosed, and even showed you the little monitoring thingy, the little measuring thingy that I got to do the little finger pricks every day and a couple times a day, and they got me taking this, I think it's metformin, if I remember the name correctly, this medicine that helps reduce my blood sugar level, and then of course I've been trying to change my diet, and so I've talked about it a couple of times, but I haven't really given you an update as to where things stand. So just to recap, when this first all started, it was because I went to the doctor for an annual physical, and he my blood sugar came back at 273, and apparently the cutoff line that they prefer you to be at or under is 126, and if you're over that, then it means you're diabetic, or at least pre-diabetic, and so they want your blood sugar to be below that. Well, 273 obviously was 273, 274, whatever it was, 270 something. That was a little high. So we set out to do that. And that was about 4 weeks ago. And the doctor told me that if I got really serious about it and did the stuff that I was supposed to do, diet changes, exercise changes, and just be more conscientious about stuff, that I should be able to control it through healthy living as opposed to needing medication. And that has been my goal. That remains my goal to do. I have found that it's been challenging. Now let me say this. It hasn't been it's challenging, but not necessarily in the way that you might think. I've actually been able to get my blood sugar level down. And in fact, most of the time now it is in the 120, 130 range. It has actually been as low as in the 90s, but it doesn't stay there. It kind of spikes up. Obviously right after I eat, it can spike up depending on what I've eaten. And for whatever reason, it seems to go up overnight. But the doctor or the dietitian told me to expect that your body processes stuff while you sleep, and sometimes that can happen. Well, I've discovered it happens a lot of times. Fortunately, most of the time, even though it goes up overnight, it doesn't go up too high. See, on this little gauge thingy here, there are these sections. You see the red, the green, and the blue. When a number comes up, when I do the little finger poke thing and have the strip sticking out the top that checks the blood, when it comes back and shows me the number for my blood sugar level, it also has a little arrow that will point to the blue, the green, or the red. Blue area would mean that my blood sugar is too low. Red obviously would mean my blood sugar is too high, and green is the Goldilocks zone. That means it's just right. Well, maybe not just right, but at least it's safe. It's a safe zone. Close as possible to 126, preferably under it, is just right. I am pleased that even though there are times where it spikes up, for the most part, it has always stayed still in the green zone. I've actually been a little bit surprised at how high the green zone can go. I've seen it go up as high as 162, where it's still listed as green, but I'm guessing that's probably pushing the top end of the green zone, if 126 is the target. But so I still feel good about if it goes up to high. It doesn't do that a lot. As I said, most of the time I'm in the 120, 130 range now, but when it does go up to a 140 or a 160, it doesn't stay there, and I bring it back down. I mean, again, the medicine helps, but that's not the primary. I'm being much more conscientious about what I eat, what I consume, and what I don't, for that matter. Now, tonight I was naughty. Tonight I went out to my good friends out at ATW, a training organization here in Des Moines. They had an open house at the ATW New Horizons Learning Center facility. And in doing so, they had some food items there and an ice cream truck. And I really debated, I shouldn't get the ice cream, I shouldn't get the ice cream, I shouldn't get the ice cream, but it just looks so good. And I haven't had any ice cream since before the diagnosis. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to splurge. I'm going to give myself permission to be just a little bit. Not. I had salad for lunch with grilled chicken on it, and that's actually become my norm, is having salad with chicken on it. But so I felt that I was pretty good earlier today, and so I could afford to splurge just a bit. And so I did that. Well, I came home and I checked my blood sugar, and it's 164. So, you know, yeah, if I had checked it before I ate the ice cream, I'm sure it would have been quite low. Probably was down to, you know, 100 or maybe even less. I don't know. But that ice cream, you know, it's sugar and the dairy, that two no-nos. And so, you know, I'm sure that spiked it up. But I've not taken the medication. I'm sure that'll help push it down. I dread to see what it will be in the morning because, again, if my body processes that overnight, who knows what the number will be in the morning. But the good thing is, as long as I continue to be sensible and continue, you know, that eating the ice cream tonight is not my permission to now come home and, you know, get junk food and pig out on it and be like, well, this is my cheat night. I mean, no, I have now cheated. I cheated with eating the ice cream, and that was, I was naughty and I needed to, that's it. That's the only naughty for tonight. So, all that being said, my update is that in general, I think I'm doing pretty good. I think that I'm doing well because, again, I'm keeping my blood sugar level in that green zone. There's still work to do, and frankly, the doctor told me he wanted me to be doing exercising 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and I really haven't done that. And so I need to get my head wrapped around that and start doing more in that vein, because that will obviously help as well. And so I need to do that. Goal still is to grab a hold of this and control it through healthier lifestyle living, because my dad, who is also diabetic, he has to do insulin injections all the time, and I'd really rather not have to get to that point. I'd like to not have to deal with that. So I'm doing my best to try to control it as best I can. So anyway, there you go. That's the update. I'm still feeling very positive about it. Now, granted, it'd be great if I could sit here and tell you my blood sugar level is consistently below 126 in a healthy way, and everything's going smoothly. But that wouldn't be true. I do struggle a bit with food items, because I'm starting to feel a little bit limited. Because, like I said, I've been eating a lot of salad with grilled chicken. I can eat hamburger. I can eat mixed vegetables. But you get beyond those things, and I begin to wonder, okay, well, what else is there? Well, people say seafood. You can eat seafood. I don't like seafood, so I'm going to have to apparently develop a taste for seafood. But I didn't like a lot of the vegetables that I'm eating now either, and now I voluntarily make broccoli and cauliflower and that kind of stuff right here at home, stuff that I swore I'd never eat. So anyway, it's still a work in progress, still moving along. But as I said early on when the diagnosis came in, that I figure I have two choices. I can either deal with being diabetic, or I can die from being diabetic. And if it's okay with everybody else, I just soon choose option number one. I kind of like being around here. I kind of like living, so I'm going to deal with it. And this is how you deal with it. So anyway, it's an ongoing struggle. It's an ongoing thing, and I appreciate all of the support that those of you who have messaged me and have offered your insights and your advice. I am going to be checking into something called the keto diet. Keto, I think it's spelled, because I hear that's a low carb diet, which is primarily what I'm supposed to be doing. That's what the dietitian and the doctor told me to shoot for, was to really just focus on keeping my carbs down. That's where my best bang for my buck is going to be. So here we go. That's keep on for that, and maybe this keto diet, whatever it is, maybe that'll be part of my solution too. All right, done babbling. I will see you next time from my front porch.